Hi and welcome to my plant channel Chlorophyll is the New Black. Today I am participating in a CareCollab with Ninja Orchids and several other channels that I will be posting now on the screen, and you could also find them in the description below. And the CareCollab is about Leptotes Bicolor. And this orchid is just a beautiful miniature orchid that I have here in my hand. As you can see, it's still in flower. Well, it has one flower, but it was so much more a few weeks ago. Too sad that I didn't film it on time. Nevertheless, I have a picture of it with way more flowers, and I will put it on the screen a little bit later. But let's talk about the care and all the tips that you can use to grow this beautiful miniature orchid to have an amazing display. And again, if you also would like to see more people how they grow them around the world, don't forget to check all the channels that are participating in this CareCollab. And if you want to join, drop me a comment below or contact Nina from Ninja Orchids. Let's go to the video. Well, here you can see my Leptotes Bicolor from a little bit closer. And as you can see, it's already a specimen that it's able to flower. Here I have one of the flowers. It had so many flowers before, it had more than 7. And yeah, and I'm filming this video a little bit too late because now this is the last flower that I can see. And the problem as well is that it had a little bit of an infestation of scale. And this flower even like, yeah, it's a little bit deformed, so it's not even the best show ever or the best flower to show you. But I will put a picture on the screen on when it was with a few flowers on, and it looked really beautiful. Well, this specimen, I had it mounted when I got it. I bought it in December 2020, and I kept it mounted for I think 3 months or so, but then I couldn't keep up with the waterings, so I decided to actually pot it. And this has worked pretty well. Although when I got it, that was that December, and here in the Netherlands, that's basically winter, it started to produce some buds, but the buds never developed. So I was a little bit bummed because I couldn't see the beautiful flowers. And then I basically took care of it for a little bit more than a year and a half. Well, yeah, it's now end of April 2022. So yeah, basically now in April, March is when it decided to give me flowers again. But the show was really worth it. It has grown quite a bit. As you can see, here is a plant, and this is the new direction of growth. And yeah, it is already reaching the edge of the pot, so I really need to repot it because the roots are already going out. So I need to do that soon, and I may take you along. Something else to show you is that I didn't have moss before, and as you can see in this corner, I don't know if it's easy to show, but in this corner here, it's producing moss. So I have like a little bit of moss here. Yeah, there. And well, this orchid, I actually got it from Woven Orchids here in the Netherlands. That is one of the prestigious growers here. And yeah, I mean, I love it. It's actually a very easy orchid to have. Of course, there are a few things to consider that I will tell you in a second with the care. But yeah, coming to it, it is a miniature orchid that comes from areas of Brazil and Paraguay. It is a warm grower, as you can imagine, from the regions that it grows from. And it is a sympodial orchid. That means that it actually produces pseudobulbs that are these structures that you can see here. And the pseudobulbs are relatively tiny. I mean, maybe here's a better view of one. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, here in the back, this one. Because this is the pseudobulb, and then the leaves starts to grow from it. So you can see that the leaves, there are these ones that look a little bit succulent like. Those are the leaves. And as you can see, in most of them I already have from here, from where the leaf starts and the pseudobulb finishes, then here you can see that there is where the flower spike actually develops. So maybe this is a better way to see it. So here you can see that the flower spike, it's already done. And the one of the flower that I have here, you can see that it starts here and then it goes, this is the flower spike with one flower. It can produce more than one flower per flower spike. I had it this time as well. I think 2 or 3 per flower spike in one of the cases, and then the rest produce only one flower. Well, as you can see, it looks a little bit like a brassavola orchid, which I love the look of it. It's very, yeah, I don't know, it really looks like a succulent, and it's a beautiful orchid to have and very, very easy. So the flowers, as you can see, are relatively big compared to the size of the orchid, and it's a very nice show when it has many. And many people say that the flowers are actually scented. In my case, I didn't perceive any scent. Maybe I didn't smell them at the right time, or mine just doesn't have any aroma. But yeah, so people say that it smells like cinnamon or vanilla, and it's a little bit yeah, not the best flower to show, but again, the flower looks like a little bit like this. It has like some white petals and sepals, and the center of the flower has this beautiful lip that is like magenta color. So that's very, very beautiful, like the contrast I really, really like. So I hope that it actually gives me a fragrance over time so that I can smell that beautiful vanilla or cinnamon fragrance. But that, yeah, now let's go directly to the care. So how I care for this orchid is that I water it every time that it is approaching dryness. So I don't like to leave it too long dry. Just when it's approaching dryness, I water it. That for me, because I have it in moss and bark, is maybe once a week more or less, depending on the season, a little bit more often in summer. And along with the watering, I fertilize every 2 to 3 weeks with half of the recommended dose of my fertilizer. About light, what I do is that I have it in a bright light, but in this case it's bright light but artificial. So I have it in a northeast facing window, that here in the north hemisphere, that means a little bit of light in the morning, but I don't have it very close to the window because I have too many plants, so it doesn't receive much light. So to overcome this, some of the seasons I actually provided with artificial light, and it has done great because, as you can see, it flowered now. And the show before, well, before this video was even nicer, like when it had like all these beautiful flowers all around. It likes a ventilated medium because of course it's an epiphyte. And temperature wise, well, it is a warm grower, so of course you can expect that it will do better as long as you can keep it in a warm temperature. So then, and the last thing to comment, just as a funny fact, is that people in Brazil apparently use the seed pod of this flower as kind of substitute of vanilla. Well, not a substitute, but in the same way as vanilla is used. So the seed pods were actually used as well to flavor milk or ice cream and stuff like that. So it would be quite interesting to actually try these pods. But yeah, for now, well, I'm not into that, so I just have it because I really like the orchid, and basically I love the flower show. But yeah, as you can see, it's very easy orchid. Like the conditions that you need for it is not very different to any other orchids, and generally speaking, it does pretty well. So even I have let it dry for a little bit longer, and it hasn't fussed, so it is actually, yeah, doing great, I would say. I just need to report it because it's been already 1.5 years, and as you can see, it's already crashing against the edge of the pot. So that's something that I need to do soon. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you actually like it, and don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell so that you are notified every time that I upload a new video. Well, again, just to close the video with this beautiful, beautiful orchid, don't forget to check the other channels. And again, if you want to join, drop me a comment or contact Nina from Ninja Orchids. I hope that this video was very enjoyable and actually helpful, and let me know how it goes with your orchid. See you in the next video. Bye!